Well, that's new. All right, what is up, guys, to the first video of many. You've probably seen this video on three-piece, on previous drift events. This is my 1999 Lexus GS300 with a W58 manual transmission swap and these beautiful three-piece.US converted Soarer three-piece converted wheels. This thing is beautifully set up and actually looks really good in pictures and in videos. But let's be honest, if you know it in person, it is a total catfish. So over the period of this summer, I'm hoping to rebuild it starting with this week. We got some things happening that should liven it up and make it just that much better. My plan is by the end of the summer to take it to a show and properly get the attention. Car, if you notice up close, the bumper's messed up, the lip isn't put on properly, the whole front bumper really needs to be resprayed. It needs a bad paint correction really badly. You can see my handprints in there. The headlights really do need to be polished. Even though they look clear, they got a yellow tinge to them now. We got to go to a different tire size because, well, while this is a stance car, that just doesn't work for us right there. Walking alongside here, we got to eventually do something with these mirrors. That's just not show quality, so that's not up to my par, so we'll fix that as well. Little things here and there. We got to look into the trim as well. BMW doing BMW things. These wheels are near perfect. I would like to rebuild them at some point. We might be getting different wheels at some point, but the fitment isn't terrible. It would just be fixed with a lot of different tire setups. Speaking of, once we go to a different tire setup, we can also lower the car a little bit more. In a perfect world, though, we would do a different coilover setup. While this is on Megan coilovers, I would like to go to the BCs eventually. Come around the back here as well. You can't really tell again because the sun is fading it, but this rear bumper really needs to be resprayed. That clear coat is an ultimate fail as well. You might be looking back here like, where the fuck is the exhaust? Well, it's underneath the car. If you remember, I had to replace the diff. It had a welded diff on here. The new diff is kind of iffy, so that will need to be replaced eventually as well, but that is later down the line. My whole main focus with this in the next couple of weeks, and probably just possibly this video, will be starting with the overall paint correction and hopefully respraying the front bumper and the rear bumper, and then of course taking care of some other minor things here and there. And this is overall just an introduction to the car. Otherwise, the interior is actually quite clean, besides this door panel, which I'm thinking about just replacing in all honesty. Beautiful Nardi wood steering wheel that does match the rest of the interior. This is the black interior, of course, the only interior to get on the GS. No cracked dash, so that's always a unicorn in a JDM car. Cracked windshield, we'll fix that at some point, but otherwise, it's a very clean interior, and you'll notice manual transmissions. The W58 transmission, it's got a stage 2 clutch in it as well, and the relocated e-brake as well, which is sick. Drift button doesn't get drifted that much more, but it's just an easy up and down lever. Again, the rest of the car is very clean. Sunroof works. I wonder if I can replace this. That's the plan. Overall goal would be to do a new headliner as well, because we got to match the black on the black. That just makes everything much cleaner. So again, I hope you join me on these next couple of weeks, just restoring a little bit to the car. I think this car has so much potential, and I've been neglecting it over the years. I've had this car for 2 years now and just done minor things, headlights and a couple other, tidbits here. But this car has so much potential, and I'm hoping to be able to take it to a show at the end of the year and get live reactions to the people who knew this car at this point right here. Now, what do you think we're doing first? Well, let's cut to the inside of my house, where you might be curious, how can you work on your car from the inside of your house? Well, let's just see. All right, guys, this is the OEM key. You can see it's got the blue tape on there. It's finicky, it's wobbly. It will probably break off the next time I put it into the ignition. So instead, we've gotten this. It is a key fob replacement kit. You can get it on Amazon. It's like 10 bucks. It's, ignore my desk, it's kind of messy, but you can see, super easy. You just take the key out and then you stick it into that kind of key holder you see, which then gets screwed down into the new key fob. This is my first time doing this as well, so you and me and everybody else, we're going to do this together. I need to take this tape off first. And yes, I know there's people that have been bugging me that I should have done this a long time ago, which you're right, I should have done this a long time ago, but here we are. We want to take all of this off, because if any Lexus people out there, you know these are notorious for breaking. As you can see, I will probably just be able to rip this out. Yep. And you can tell the previous owner tried to glue it, and it's really disgusting. So I'm gonna just pull it apart, even if that means breaking it. And if somebody out there is yelling at me I'm not doing it right, well, that's too bad. So you see my mess here. While I might do it the janky way, I'm gonna do it the right way. So thanks to the previous owner who glued it shut, you can see that. We're gonna drill it out. All right. There we go. Sick. All right, so back at this mess, basically what I can do now, thick side down, let's see. So that goes in there, like so. Again, this was like $5 on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. It was referred to by a homie. Look how jank that is. There's probably gonna be sand and shit that's gonna accumulate in there. Maybe pick up some spider friends. As long as it works as a key, I am happy. All right, back in her. Let's... Well, that's new. All right, so I went back inside and got the chip. Now my question is, does it have to be in the vicinity or does it have to be touching? Man, this is frustrating. All right, so I'm the greatest mechanic in the entire world. I forgot a little sensor that was probably the immobilizer for the key. It was like strapped to the corner of the old key. And I broke a couple things on the new key. And so we were basically back to square one, but it's red. I appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully the next video I don't completely fail, which I probably will. The next video should be us restoring the paint. Watch me just have to sand and start all over again.